Yetta, I got this.
Together? Yes, we do.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are privileged that for over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, but coming alongside you to build your faith, build your fun, build your fitness, and even your finances, and strengthening and healing and flourishing inside relationship. We're going to discover that what we've learned this past season is that our independence muscle is still overdeveloped.
Yeah, because I used to think independence was a great strength I had.
It is a great strength you have, unless it's like the only strength you have.
So it's like, I was training with Cheryl the other day, and she always works my opposing muscles. So if I do bicep work, then she will do tricep work. And some people say, well, your bicep is what makes you have a big muscle, a big arm. Men like to have strong looking arms, some of them. But the problem is, if you only develop the one muscle, then you don't have strength to pull it back and do it the other way.
Right. Or if you develop the chest muscles, but you don't develop the back muscles, then you're going to be hunched over.
Yeah, because those muscles are contracting in.
Right. Rather than
to pull them back.
Upright. And if you work your whole upper body, but you don't deal with the rest of your body, now you're going to have a really great looking upper body and little sticky legs. Well, it's true. Stick legs. So,
well, that's the way I draw everybody.
I know. Me too, actually. So why would I say I know? I get it. We both draw like that.
Yeah.
So really what we're looking at is as we become aware of ourselves, and that's how we got to these lessons learned for this season, that we can't make shifts until first we become aware, and then we can start to shift into becoming who we want to be in this next season.
Right. And it's not that an independence, like we said, an independent muscle is not bad. Like, being independent means you are taking self-responsibility. And yet there's a limit, to how much one person can accomplish or do. And it reminds me of that story about the horses, right? Like a team of 2 horses can pull double what they can individually. And I don't mean double, like if one can pull 2,000 pounds and the other one can pull 2,000 pounds, properly sized and teamed together, they can pull 8,000 pounds.
Right. So not twice as much, but 4 times as much as the individual.
Right.
Right.
And I think, in business, in relationship, it's a matter of, I've found that if I can avoid that ability, that need that I have a need to be independent. And with independence comes autonomy. And autonomy just means doing what you want when you want.
And how you want.
And how you want to do it. Whereas if you become interdependent, which means you have some reliability on your own, independence, and you're working with others, then that autonomy disappears. Or
Absolutely.
should somewhat disappear, for sure.
And some level of autonomy is a great thing, because I want to be internally motivated. I don't need to have a whole community come and help me out to get into the swimming pool every day. But that's something I get to do on my own. And yet, if I'm, say, moving, maybe it would be a lot more enjoyable for everybody, including me, if I allow others to help me that want to help me. Right? Like, I think back to a few years ago when we were making a move and we were there till wee hours of the morning, and it was a secondary property. So the good news is we didn't have to physically put up beds or anything, or take down beds, but we had a lot of work to be done, and we were there till the wee hours, and we had one person helping us. It was our pastor. And he said to us, "Do you know why, Yetta?" He didn't actually talk to you. He was talking to me.
Absolutely.
He thinks I was going to listen to what he had to say. I think.
Oh, you think I wasn't going to listen?
Yeah,
okay,
I think
I got
so.
it. All right,
I think so. So he said, Yetta, do you know why there's nobody else here helping you? Because he said, I know how much you help other people and how you're willing to help them, do construction because Ken loves that. Yetta doesn't love that, but Ken loves construction. I love, I helped Amber the other day organize her kitchen and unpack boxes and those kinds of things I enjoy doing because I like the structure and organization. And so he said, I know you go help lots of people, and do you know why nobody's here? And it didn't take me too many minutes. It took me a little while to figure out where he was going with it. And where he was going it's because you don't ask. You move ahead in this independent thing, thinking you've got it figured out, you can handle it yourself. And unfortunately, you really would be able to be doing so much more if you just let others come alongside. And now we don't mind doing it when it's a paid thing. I hire people all the time to do stuff. That's easy. And so maybe you're a little bit like me. You find it easy enough to hire a professional realtor, have them come alongside, but maybe not so willing to be interdependently connected when there's no money being exchanged for the service.
So you're talking about we can have a stager come in and move everything and someone come in and declutter and pay for it. Or we could call a couple of friends and say, hey, we got this big job. It feels a little overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
Do you think you might have some time on Saturday afternoon to come and assist? Our son the other day had a work party at his house, cutting up trees and chipping the branches and everything. And I said to him the other day, I came to help you another time. And the only reason I came was because when I called you, I heard the panic in your voice. And I said, reach out if you need help. And this time he texted me and he said, we're having a work party. Can you come? This time I wasn't able to come, but he had a bunch of other people there because he asked.
Right. And so if you're thinking, I want to be part of your community, I want to grow together, learn together, help each other do this thing called life, whether it's real estate related or just life, then reach out to us at together@dekkerteam.com so we can continue the conversation between Life's Inside Track episodes.
And it's a beautiful balance, right? The independent, the interdependence, and you don't want to be dependent.
Right.
When there's a codependency or a dependency, that's where you've given up too much of your independence and you think everybody should do everything for you.
And you can't do anything for yourself.
Right.
And that's awful.
No, that's not a good place to be either. So I think, the old saying, strength overused becomes a weakness. And that's what my independence was. It was overused, overstrengthened, which then became a weakness. So we couldn't build a company as big as we wanted. We couldn't help as many clients as we wanted because there's a limit, right?
Exactly.
And then you have to expand. And the way you expand is with people.
Exactly. So from an interdependence, and it's so easy because the word is so connected, it's easy to trip them up. I just did. So instead of independence, or codependence, what we're going to suggest is the lesson we learned was interdependence and collaboration allowed us to have an even more fulfilled life. And I suspect it will for you too.
And so my challenge is, don't do it alone. Yeah. Call the Dekker team. And we're grateful that you've joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.